That's before. Stay! Hey! Stop the get out the car! Get out the car! Get out the fucking car!
November 2022, Deputy Michael Noel of the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Office spotted a driver who was allegedly following his patrol vehicle too closely. Deputy Noel pulled and stopped the car and engaged him in an angry exchange, responding arrogantly despite the driver's compliance and courtesy. The driver handed up his license but took some time to locate his registration and evidence of insurance. Meanwhile, another pickup truck operated by Kenneth Espinoza, the driver's father, was parked behind Deputy Noel's car. Mr. Espinoza was only waiting for his son to arrive so they could continue to a repair shop.
Okay, when you find that, stay in the vehicle, your registration and insurance. I'll be back.
After checking the driver's information, Deputy Noel informed him that he was being ticketed for following too closely under Colorado law, which is a Class A traffic offense.
Yeah, I'm recording.
Did you find it?
Good.
No, I didn't. You didn't find it?
No, you didn't have any sticker problem. You keep banging on my door.
So you didn't find your insurance or registration?
I ain't got any insurance. I'm sitting right here.
Okay. All right. You're getting a citation, so go ahead and close your door.
I don't care if I'm stuck. Besides that, just nigga bullies. No.
As Deputy Noel returned to his patrol vehicle to give the citation, another officer, Lieutenant Henry Trujillo, arrived and began arguing with Mr. Espinoza. Despite Mr. Espinoza's explanation that he was waiting for his son, both cops asked him to leave. Mr. Espinoza obeyed and began driving away, but Deputy Noel decided to cause trouble by holding onto the vehicle's door handle and demanding him to stop. Surprisingly, Deputy Noel drew out a service revolver and pointed at Mr. Espinoza, demanding that he exit the vehicle.
Do you always stop behind cops when they pull people over? I ain't just stopped right here. Okay, you don't need to be here. I ain't you don't need right to be behind here, okay? Sir. You need to go.
No, I don't. I'm waiting on my son. Right, he's my ride back to Wilson.
Leave. Leave. That's before.
Yeah,
stay! Hey! Stop the car! Get out the car! Get out the car! Get out the car!
What are you gonna do? You gonna
SD4, give me the radio. Get out the car! Get out the car! Get out the fuck! Get out the car! Get out the car! Get out the car! Get out the car!
Lieutenant Trujillo also uses taser on Mr. Espinoza while questioning the cops about their behavior.
Hey, now! Get out
the car!
Hey, they don't have to get out of the car! Yeah.
He physically restrained Mr. Espinoza by yanking on his arm, preventing him from opening the door.
It's on his office.
Don't pull away from me.
I'm not.
You're gonna get lit up.
I'm not.
Okay, you're gonna get lit up.
You're breaking my arm, man. Hold on, I'm gonna get out.
Despite his lack of resistance, Deputy Noel tased Mr. Espinoza many times. Lieutenant Trujillo then handcuffed, manhandled, and tased in the face and threw Mr. Espinoza into a police van where the door crashed into his leg.
Get in the car.
Now.
Damn, I'm fucking.
Now.
I'm fucking. Get in the car. You know. This is ridiculous. Happy force. Take it hard. God damn, I don't fit.
Happy force.
The fuck goes.
After this, Deputy Noel was searching inside Mr. Espinoza's pickup truck, and Lieutenant Trujillo went back to Mr. Espinoza to ask for his information. In response, Mr. Espinoza said that he refuses to answer questions. This apparently triggered Lieutenant Trujillo and sent him on a power trip as he aggressively pulled Mr. Espinoza out of the patrol vehicle, and all three officers on the scene dragged him on the ice violently. While being searched.
Following that, Deputy Noel examined Mr. Espinoza's pickup truck while Lieutenant Trujillo requested Mr. Espinoza's information. When Mr. Espinoza refused to answer questions, Lieutenant Trujillo roughly took him out of the patrol vehicle, and all three officers dragged him violently onto the ice while searching him. Mr. Espinoza complained about having taser pins placed into his lip, causing visible damage to his mouth.
What's your date of birth?
Don't answer questions. Take me to jail.
You're going to jail.
Call my attorney.
Call your attorney.
Okay.
You're going to jail. You're going to get charged further if you don't give us the information we need.
It's okay.
Where's your ID? You have your wallet on you?
Don't do that, man.
I'm going to get you out. I'm going to pat search you. Now get out.
I got my wallet.
Get out now. Get out of the car now.
Get out the car.
Okay.
God
Okay.
damn.
This is how it's going to work. Okay. You're going to do what you're told to do. And that's it.
Stand up.
I can't.
Up against the car. Spread your feet.
Later, the district attorney declared that no charges will be filed against Mr. Espinoza, thereby ending that matter. Mr. Espinoza's counsel claimed that a civil case would be filed, claiming multiple instances of police wrongdoing. Both officers involved are still on duty, and an internal inquiry is underway to establish whether they committed misconduct. The Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department refuses to comment on the case. In the next incident, an officer harassed and followed a driver for no apparent reason. The officer failed to activate his emergency lights or signal a traffic stop. The driver felt suspicious and instructed his passenger to begin recording for his own safety.
That way everybody can see. So, I went to the gas station because I had to go get a couple things. I've been using my turn signals. Plus, I've been doing the speed limit. There's 2 cops sitting on the side of the road. This cop has been following me for like 4 or 5 miles now. Everywhere I go, he keeps following me.
The vehicle eventually pulled over and questioned the officer about the reason for the traffic stop.
So I'm gonna get out and find out what the problem is.
So he turned his lights on as soon as we pulled up here.
After a brief silence, the officer stated that he would explain after the motorist identified himself.
So I just took my seatbelt off.
The motorist, invoking his constitutional rights, declined to furnish identification in the absence of legal justification for the stop.
Evening, sir. Deputy Rouse of the Sheriff's Office. How you doing? You got your license, registration, proof of insurance for you tonight?
What's the nature of the stop?
As soon as I know who you are, I'll be happy to explain that.
Is this Nazi Germany? Do I gotta provide papers before you tell me why?
Well, if I don't know who I'm talking to, in case you run off or flee, I'd like to know who I'm talking to. So if you don't mind providing your identification, I'd be happy to move forward with you.
Recognizing the driver's awareness of the law, the officer made up a fake justification for the stop, stating the vehicle lacked a front bumper. The driver, however, swiftly refuted this assertion, and the officer eventually recognized that the driver had done nothing illegal.
I don't think Nazi Germany exists anymore.
Exactly my point. You do realize in order to get ID from somebody, you have to have a reason and articulate that reason for the stop, right?
I'm well aware of how it works.
Well, you do realize I'm a constitutionalist, so I know that. So, unless you can articulate, this is my property, yes. Well, I don't live here, but this is my property.
This is where you're staying. Okay.
This is not where I'm staying, but I own this property.
Oh, fair enough.
While chuckling at the police's foolishness, the driver demanded that the officer call his boss. The officer acknowledged the absence of grounds for the stop at the end of the encounter.
I knew exactly what you were going to do. There's nothing wrong with my car. Every light on my car works.
Yes, sir.
So what's the nature of the stop?
Well, the nature of the stop is when you went by, it didn't look like there was a front bumper. And then as I was behind the car trying to run a registration, you took multiple turns and it appeared to be evading me. All I'm doing is checking out what's going on.
You better get your goddamn supervisor. When is it illegal to make turns?
I didn't say it was illegal to make turns.
Dude, we both know where this is going, and you know you have no reason to pull me over.
All you need in Michigan is reasonable suspicion to make a traffic stop.
Yes, you have to have RAS. But what is your single articulable suspicion?
It appeared you were trying to avoid police contact. It looked like you had a bumper on the front of the car when you went by.
Dude, I'm not giving ID because I didn't do nothing wrong.
Is this your car?
It's in my dad's name,
Is
yes.
it in your dad's name?
Yep.
Okay, so
Dude, this is going to make an awesome YouTube video. You just admitted that I committed no crime or no traffic infraction. When the f is it illegal to make turns?
well,
There is a bumper on my car.
it's
Now let's move on to the next case. Officers Ashley Ploft and Adam Hobbs of the Toledo Police Department responded to an accident scene on January 1st, 2023. While there, they saw a passing vehicle and suspected the driver nearly collided with a tow truck. The officers pursued the vehicle without using their emergency lights, and it quickly pulled over. The car included two females, Kaylin Smart and Melvina Keith, who were returning home from a night out. Officer Hobbs approached the vehicle and wrenched open the passenger door without warning or conversation. This aggressive action violated Miss Smart's Fourth Amendment rights, which protect her from unreasonable searches and seizures. Officer Hobbs responded to Miss Smart's question regarding his aggressive behavior by instructing her to shut up. He ordered her out of the car and pulled her out, pinning her on the ground. Officer Ploft acted similarly belligerently, indicating that she was going to take the people from the automobile. She then opened the driver's side door, ordered Miss Keith to exit the vehicle, and handcuffed her. The cops failed to inform the women of the reason for their incarceration. Despite the fact that neither Miss Smart nor Miss Keith posed any threat, they were both violently assaulted.
Why are you opening the door like that? Shut your mouth.
Officer Ploft threw Miss Keith to the ground by holding her hair, while Officer Hobbs joined in detaining Miss Smart. Officer Ploft punched Miss Keith at least 5 times. When Miss Smart attempted to converse with Officer Hobbs, he forcibly threw her back on the ground and hauled her to the police vehicle.
Q6. Turn the car off. Turn the car off. Out.
Through an accident scene.
Step out.
Throughout the encounter, the officers failed to provide a clear justification for the arrest. They accused the women of nearly killing people, despite the fact that dash cam footage indicated no such threat. Officer Hobbs falsely stated that Miss Smart had punched him many times. A passerby inquired about the event, causing the officers to create a story about the women hitting them.
Let go of my hand! It's my mother! It's mine!
Officer Hobbs even claimed the women had smashed into a tow truck, contradicting his first account of a near miss.
Oh, I'm so lit for this. Peter bruised my face up, smashed me into the ground. Is this nigga okay? It's hard to be allowed to be working. This shit is crazy. Hey, you smashed my head against the car.
Miss Smart and Miss Keith were escorted to the Lucas County Correction Center, where Officer Hobbs and Officer Ploft were seen laughing and joking before escorting them inside.
Damn, you just killed people?
Was banging my head against the car.
Yeah, it sure the f was.
Because you have no other.
Because you had my hand. I don't know where my handcuff keys are.
Mine's right pocket.
And hey,
Both the most abuse.
The women were charged with various offenses, but not with assaulting an officer. Officer Hobbs attempted to explain his use of force by claiming he utilized joint manipulation and strikes to gain control of Miss Smart.
Punch me in the face like 3 or 4 times.
Notably, Officer Ploft had been involved in a similar event a few months previously when she assaulted Olympic boxer O'Shea Jones without experiencing serious consequences.
They drove through a crash and he crashed into a tow truck. It looked like it. I mean, there's a scrape on the side. There's scrapes on both sides, though, so I don't know.
Those are keys. I could drive the car.
No, the car's not.
yeah.
Yeah, she scratched. Yeah. She popped me pretty good. Got me right square in the nose. Made my eyes water a little bit. She paid for it, though.
I was gonna say my finger might be broken.
Yeah, the bite probably hurt the most. We'll see.
Officer Ploft and Officer Hobbs were both placed under investigation by the Toledo Police Department 3 months after the event on April 29, 2023. The government has 100 days to conduct the inquiry and take appropriate measures. On November 14, 2022, an incident occurred at an SKLD Wyoming nursing home involving a staff member named Sue and a visitor named Michelle. Sue, the administrator of the facility, called the police on Michelle, accusing her of trespassing and taking pictures of her mother without permission. Despite Michelle's claims that she had not committed any crime and that the nursing home was a public facility, the police quickly convicted her of trespassing and detained her.
She's not on the trespass list, so officially trespasser.
There you go. Hi.
Hello.
I'm Sue. I'm the administrator. So we have a family member who had an allegation against her, and so we've reached out to her and let her know that if she wants to visit, we need to meet with the team here and figure out a way we can keep the mom from being. Her guardian does not even want her to visit, but we talked her into letting her. If we do supervised or promise that she won't take pictures of her mom and put them all over Facebook and TikTok and stuff because the guardian doesn't want that happening. She came in, refused to talk to me, slammed the door in my face, wouldn't let me in the room. So I don't know.
Do you want to trespass?
Yeah, at this point, yes.
Until
she will come in and meet with us and figure out what we can do.
Yeah, you can always take the no trespass order away, but let's get her trespass.
Because I don't want to not let her see her mother, but she needs to do it so we can keep them out safe.
During the encounter, Michelle argued that the nursing home, being publicly funded, should not be able to trespass on her without reasonable cause. She even mentioned contacting the facility's vice president, who allegedly stated that she had not committed any crime. Michelle believed that her actions were protected by her First Amendment rights, allowing her to visit the facility and take pictures freely. However, the police insisted that trespassing occurred because the nursing home, as private property, had the authority to restrict entry as they deemed necessary. They maintained that Michelle's refusal to cooperate and meet with the facility's team justified her trespass conviction.
Pretty much like anywhere, just like if you walk into a speedway, they can say, hey, I don't want this person here anymore. Doesn't matter what the reason for. If they tell me that, and they want you they say, hey, I want them trespassed.
So when I come back tomorrow, I go to jail?
Yeah, you can't come back until you
I
figure it
will
out.
be coming back.
Okay.
And I already let the vice president and president, I spoke to them today. They said, we haven't heard anything. Well, then why are they doing this? You might want to call her.
Call them and tell them to talk to Sue then.
Correct.
That's the best you can do right now.
Yep, this is just I'm sorry, this is a fucking joke.
Yeah, I'm not saying you're wrong, but so don't come back on the property until you cleared up with the
I'm coming back tomorrow. I'll be here every day, and I don't care if I go to jail. I've already been told by lawyers, by the advocates that help Britney Spears. National News, the News 8, everybody's on this, so they've already told me, if you have to push the envelope, because that's just going to seal the lawsuit. Huh?
You're not going to be able to do that.
No, but it'll seal the deal when I'm getting arrested for no crime.
Okay.
Trespassing not be the crime.
No, but that's what I'm saying. They can't say I'm trespassing when I've committed no crime.
That is the crime. That's what we're trying to type.
Michelle expressed her frustration and stated her intention was to return to the facility, disregarding the trespass warning. She believed that her case had gained significant attention, citing advice from lawyers and advocates who had helped Britney Spears. She asserted that pushing the envelope and standing up for her rights would strengthen her potential lawsuit against the nursing home. Furthermore, Michelle claimed that one of the police officers violated her Fourth Amendment rights during her detainment. She alleged that he forcefully tried to seize her phone while she was attempting to inform her children of the situation. Despite not having committed any crime that warranted handcuffing, she was restrained by the officer.
I'm not going to see you.
Okay, well then you're going to be detained until we figure that out then.
Huh?
Then you're detained until we figure that out.
Why are you detaining me?
Because right now you have to be trespassed.
Okay, well, can I make one phone call?
Nope, you have to give me your driver's license.
I don't
just tell me your name.
Give you already know my name.
Okay, can you write down her name?
Oh my God!
Exactly how it's spelled. So until we can find you and we can figure out who you are.
Hold on, I'm gonna call and let them know. Go pick up my kids that I'm being arrested.
You're not being arrested right now.
Oh,
You're being detained.
So detained and arrested are two different things. Being arrested means that you've been charged for something. Being detained is temporary.
Hold on, I'm being detained.
Okay. Do you want to?
Because I won't give them my license.
All right. So
I've done nothing wrong.
What's your date of birth?
I've committed no crime.
What's your date of birth?
I committed no crime.
Okay, now you're being detained then. And then we'll get a fingerprint scanner and then we'll figure it out. Let go of the phone.
Randy, you want to work with the police?
I'm not doing anything wrong.
Right now,
We're not playing games with you.
Only if I've committed a crime and reasonable articulable suspicion, and I've done nothing of the sort.
Right now you've been trespassed, okay? So we need to identify you so we can successfully trespass you by doing our lawful job. Okay.
Michelle's perspective on the incident raises concerns about the staff's handling of her visitation rights and the violation of her constitutional rights by the police officers. She intends to take legal action, asserting that her rights were infringed upon throughout the incident. In yet another troubling incident that occurred on October 31st, 2022, a visually impaired man named Jim Hodges was illegally arrested and detained by 2 Columbia County cops in Florida. The officers, Deputy Jamie Godey and Sergeant Randy Harrison, claimed that the walking stick Hodges had in his back pocket was a firearm, leading to his arrest without lawful authority. The encounter was captured on video by Hodges himself. When the officers approached him and questioned the object in his back pocket, Hodges explained that it was a walking stick. However, the officers insisted on obtaining his identification and detained him, citing their suspicion he was carrying a weapon.
What's this in your back pocket? I just saw you walking it.
It's a navigational aid. What's the problem? You a tyrant?
Yeah, I am actually. What's your name and date of birth?
I don't have to give that unless
Yes, sir. I was investigating.
You have reasonable.
Do you want me to put you in handcuffs right now? Yes, sir, I do.
Hodges questioned the officer's authority and refused to provide his identification, stating he had not committed a crime. He asserted that his Fourth Amendment rights protected him from unreasonable searches and seizures without probable cause or warrant. Despite Hodges' explanations, the officers continued to detain him and insisted on checking his identification.
Well, you're being one to me.
No, sir, I'm doing my job.
Am I detained?
Yeah, you are. What's your name and date of birth?
It does not matter.
Yes, sir, it does.
Do you have a crime?
Would you like me
Call
to
your
put you in?
supervisor,
He's right
please.
here.
All right.
You know.
What's the stop for? For a walking stick.
So,
and it could look like a weapon. She asked you to really present it, okay? Now she's asking me for ID. Okay. I don't need the ID unless there's reasonable articulated suspicion that I have committed a crime and committing a crime or about to do a crime. Sir, and her suspicion was that you were armed, okay? And she's asking you for your ID. Well, now she has verified that I am not armed, okay? So there is no problem. You have your ID or not? I do have my ID, but you don't need it, okay? Okay? Sure, you do that.
77 Whiskey Mike 15. I don't know where his wallet is.
Where's your wallet at, sir? I don't have a wallet on me.
Okay, where's your ID?
Where's your ID at? Pocket. Which pocket? You are not allowed to search me.
It's in this pocket.
There you go.
Thank you.
The incident constitutes a clear violation of Hodges' Fourth Amendment rights, which protect against unreasonable searches, seizures, and false imprisonment. Florida statutes define false imprisonment as forcibly confining, abducting, imprisoning, or restraining another person without lawful authority and against their will. In this case, the officers wrongly arrested and detained Hodges, despite identifying the object in his back pocket as a walking stick.
It's gonna be. I want your name and your badge number. You know, I'll put you in jail for resisting.
Okay. All right, let's go.
I want your name and badge number too, sir.
Have a seat.
You want to pick my property up, please?
I sure will, after you have a seat.
You want to pull this out of my back pocket?
Sure. Here, I'll grab your jacket for you, too.
After an investigation by the sheriff's office, it was determined that Deputy Godey and Sergeant Harrison had violated several department policies. As a result, Sergeant Harrison was immediately demoted and suspended without pay for 7 days, while Deputy Godey received a 2-day suspension. Both officers were also required to undergo remedial training on civil rights. Hodges has retained an attorney and plans to file a lawsuit against the Columbia County Sheriff's Office. He's also requesting a federal investigation into the incident. The case highlights the importance of protecting individuals' constitutional rights and holding law enforcement accountable for any violations. In this next video, in May of 2020, an incident unfolded in Columbia County, Georgia, where a man was filming a video outside the store. However, the owners of the store called the police on him, prompting officers from the Columbia County Sheriff's Office to respond. The officer in charge approached the man and requested his identification, citing a call about his videotaping activity.
Yeah, we got a call about your videotaping
on
their property. Do you have it?
No, I'm not on their property. I never step on nobody's property.
Oh, okay.
No, sir.
No, I've just got the call.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm just letting you know.
Do you have a driver or an ID?
Well, I don't show my ID. I don't do nothing wrong. You understand? I'm filming in public, giving people free advertisement, and they approach me. And if you could just tell them that I'm not doing anything wrong, and
but you weren't on the property.
No, sir. I'm very careful not to do that. I pull GIS surveys and been doing this a long time.
What are you videoing for, if you don't mind me asking?
First Amendment, protected activity. Just
doing like
yeah. Free advertisement.
Do you live around here? Are you from here?
I'm not from around here. Most people know me. I do this. I go around and, show people right from wrong, wrong from right. And, when they say they call the police, I don't leave. Yeah.
Just checking on it.
Yeah.
But you were never on the property?
No, I'm very close. Never ever to do that. Matter of fact, as far as I was right there at the edge of the curtilage, the GIS survey starts.
The man asserted that he had not committed any wrongdoing and explained that he was filming in a public area to provide free advertisement. He emphasized that he was careful not to trespass or infringe upon anyone's rights. Refusing to show his identification, he relied on his understanding of Georgia law, which states that unless someone has broken the law, they are not required to identify themselves. The officer alleged that the man had trespassed on the store's property, despite video evidence proving otherwise. However, the officer persisted in requesting identification to potentially charge the man with trespassing. The man maintained his innocence and questioned the basis for his detention, as he had not committed any crime.
Unless I've broken the law, you don't have to ID in the state of Georgia. Am I being detained?
Well, for the moment, yes.
For what crime?
Till we find out what's going on.
To what crime am I being committed?
We were called because you were on their property.
Right, and he determined I wasn't.
Okay. Hang tight for just a minute, we'll get you out.
Am I being detained for an unlawful reason? Yes or no?
Right now, you're being detained because you were on their property, and we're trying to find out what's going on.
Okay, and I can prove that I wasn't on their property, and they can't prove that I was. Or, there again, issue me a trespass, I'll be on my way, and then we'll go to court, but...
A staff sergeant arrived at the scene, and the man recounted the entire incident, including his rights and the lack of any illegal activity. As the man spoke, the two deputies involved in the arrest stood by, seemingly embarrassed.
How are you? What was your name and badge number, sir?
Sure, it's Staff Sergeant Johnson, 93159.
Hey, Johnson. I was explaining to them, I'm out here exercising my rights, First Amendment right. Private property starts about 1.2 foot on the other side of that telephone pole per government document survey. Well, okay. Anyway, I did my homework. I'm down here giving some people free advertisement. They called the police to me. This deputy here legally detained me for 18 minutes and 32 seconds for no suspicion of nothing. He told me that I had to show him my identification to be trespassed. I explained to him I was on the curtilage of that road. Right there, their property starts at the front tire of that VW. Okay. And I'm trying to exercise my rights. Both of them gentlemen stood in a auditorium or courthouse with their hand on a Bible, and they swore an oath to protect my civil rights.
Yes, sir.
He's wanting my Fourth Amendment violated. He's wanting my First Amendment violated. And they called the police to me and lied. I got 28 minutes of video that shows me doing exactly what I'm doing right now on public property, exercising my right as an American.
And any time did you go on their property?
No, sir. I look. He knows exactly who I am.
Which one?
To the left.
Okay.
And I told him I'm gonna file a formal complaint on him and him. And y'all have never, ever had a problem with Columbia County.
Right.
Ever. And once you realize who I am and what I'm doing, and it really makes y'all look bad, man. And I'm illegally detained for no crime. Right. That's a.
As long as you haven't been on their property, that's fine.
Absolutely.
Because you're outside their property, and you're legally doing what you need to do.
Absolutely. Can you explain that to them so they don't violate anybody else's rights?
And they don't want you on their property.
Absolutely.
So
and I don't go on their
property. That's why they were just saying a criminal trespass warning. So you've been warned.
I've been warned the first time that don't get an ID. The second time you do. See, he didn't know that. He didn't know that. try to.
I'm good to go with you if you're.
Well, I'm good to go. Am I still detained? Thank you. Well, and thank you. I'll wait till y'all leave and then I'll leave.
The staff sergeant acknowledged the man's explanation and confirmed that he had not been on the store's property. The man expressed his intention to file a formal complaint against the deputy who detained him, citing violations of his Fourth Amendment rights and First Amendment rights. Eventually, the deputies conceded that there was no illegality in the man's filming activity and allowed him to leave without further detainment. This incident serves as a reminder of the importance of understanding and upholding individuals' constitutional rights, even during encounters with law enforcement.